Good morning, everyone. Namaste. I was guided to get this book, and I'm going to read it and share it with you. I think goes along with the people pleasing and learning to set boundaries. We'll get into it. It's called Let Them. It's a life-changing tool that millions of people can't stop talking about, and it's by Mel Robbins and Sawyer Robbins. And I'm going to start by reading the back of it. It says, 2 simple words will change how you think about your entire life. If you're struggling to achieve goals or feel a little happier, the problem isn't with you. The problem is the power that you give to other people. In this book, you'll learn 2 words, let them, can set you free from the opinions, drama, and judgment of others. Free from the exhausting cycle of trying to manage everything and everyone around you. There is a better way to live. The Let Them theory is proven methods that teaches you how to protect your time and energy and focuses on what matters to you. You spent too long chasing approval, managing other people's happiness, and letting their opinion hold you back. Learn how to stop giving your power away and start creating a life where you come first in your dreams, your goals, and your happiness. Let Them is a simple tool that millions of people around the world can't stop talking about because it works. The fastest way to take control of your life is to stop trying to control other people and focus on what you can control yourself. By letting other people live their lives and you finally getting to live yours. This is a father and a daughter that his daughter co-wrote with him. So this is an introduction portion of it, and it's his story. It says, at the age of 41, I found myself $800,000 in debt, unemployed, and watching my husband's restaurant business crumble. Or maybe that's a mother and her daughter. It felt like we had failed at life with no hope of ever escaping the debt. To deal with the anxiety and self-doubt, my main strategy became from avoidance. Avoid getting up by hitting the snooze button and avoid pain with alcohol. Avoid responsibilities by blaming my husband. Avoid looking for a job by procrastination however I could. I enviously watched my friends and found success after success in their careers while we struggled to get groceries on the table. I had just been laid off and I had no idea what to do with my life. I had already been trying to being a public defender for the Legal Aid Society in New York City, being a lawyer in a large firm in Boston, working for a few startups, doing business developments in advertising agency, becoming a life coach, hosting a call-in show radio, and even opening a small paint-your-own pottery studio. I felt completely lost, like nothing I did would ever be enough to dig us out of the hole that we were in. It says, if you have been in this situation and you understand how monumental even the simplest tasks seem, getting out of bed, opening your bills, being fully present with your family, cooking a nice meal, and applying for a job, going for a walk, canceling your subscription, or even just being honest about the extent of which you're struggling. Everything feels impossible. Every moment when I woke up, the anxiety was coursing through my veins, and I thought, is this really what it is going to be looking like for the rest of my life? But you want to know the funny thing about being stuck? I knew exactly what I needed to do. Get up, tackle the dreaded pile of bills, get the kids ready for school, and make myself go on walks, reach out to friends for support, make a budget, find a job, and yet I couldn't seem to do any of it. So this is on how she changed her life. It says, I'll never forget the morning when everything changed for me. The alarm went off and there I was lying in bed, completely overwhelmed by problems, like many of us. I was paralyzed by my own thoughts, and the last thing I wanted to do was get up and face another day. But something strange happened, and a thought pops into my head that would ultimately change my life. It was so simple, almost silly. I remembered watching a rocket launch in the way NASA counted down to blast off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I thought, what if I just counted backwards like that and launched myself out of bed? It seemed ridiculous, but I was desperate, so I gave it a shot. I counted backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I got out of bed. Just like that, I didn't think about how tired I was or how much I didn't want to face my problems. I simply moved from my brain, had a chance to talk me out of it, and it's like launching a rocket. Once you start the countdown, there's no turning back. At that point in my life, I was used to letting my thoughts paralyze me in fear and stress, consume me, and the concept felt completely foreign. 555 on the timer. I remember what a revelation it was when I thought to myself, wait a minute, I can't feel horrible and still do what I need to do. Yes, Mel, you can, and it worked. In 5 seconds, I interrupted the cycle of overthinking. It felt like a small victory, but it was a revelation, and it could be pushed through the 5 seconds of fear. Maybe I could push through anything. So I'm going to leave it at that, but we'll get into it further. All I can tell you is this, is for me, as somebody who dealt with a lot of anxiety and depression, I actually made it through Reiki, and I would say meditation, Reiki meditation. I rid myself to where I no longer have anxiety or meditation. It's been about 4 years that I stopped having to take medication for it. But I would tell you this much. Living in the now is really going to help you to not be anxious about the future. Anytime you catch yourself being anxious at all, look at what you're thinking of. You're thinking of the future that may or may not happen. And most of the time, it doesn't happen. So living in the now helps you to not be depressed from the past, and it helps you to not be anxious about the future. Living in the now is the only moment that you actually can control. You can't do anything about the past, and you can't do anything to really know the future. So living in the now is where I always remind my brain to go back to, and it really truly does help. Meditation really does as well. So does Reiki. So I love you all. Have a blessed day, and namaste.